Hey guys, it's Russ, Modern Curb Appeal, Cabot, Arkansas. I wanted to take a minute and kind of run you through my trailer. For you guys that are just getting started or maybe looking to improve your trailers, I'm also looking for some feedback, trying to make improvements to mine. Start off with some specifics on the trailer. It's a 14-foot tandem axle, car covered wagon brand. Basically what I did was I got this trailer because I started out with a flatbed, and I wanted something that I could lock up my stuff when I went to Home Depot to get some extra, chemicals or supplies or whatever it is, or maybe just being out on a job or doing an estimate, I can keep my stuff locked up. Some specifics. I used the Bayer deck over, the slate color on the floor. Basically gave it a rhino lining texture. It's the same stuff that you're going to find on refinished decks. I like it. It doesn't peel up or dissolve when you spill fuel on it. It does good. It makes the water run all the way to the back of the trailer. It was definitely a good investment. I painted the walls gray with a stain blocker waterproofing paint. Up here in the front, I've got my wands that I use. I've got two long handles and one short handle for getting in tight spaces. I got these hooks from Harbor Freight. I think they're like $1, maybe $2 a piece. They're the best thing that I bought for hanging up my hoses, at least. 100 feet of regular garden hose, 100 feet of high pressure. This is a Unger broom rack. You can get those from Home Depot. I just hang all my brooms up there, soft bristle, and then if you're pressure washing driveways and stuff, you're always going to need a stiff bristled broom if you got, leaves, acorns, all that crap that rolls off the end. 2 tarps for covering up plants whenever I'm doing roofs. I don't spray the entire roof all at one time. I like to section it off so that I can kind of keep controlled. I'm just a one-man show, so I don't have a bunch of ground guys yet. Looking to improve that maybe later on in the summer. I got these yellow and black totes from Home Depot. I think they're like $6-7 a piece, but I put all my window cleaning chemicals, assorted stuff for doing driveways and houses, clean microfibers, and then random stuff like tape and trash bags, zip ties. Up here in the top is where I throw all my random stuff that I'm needing all the time: squeegees, brushes, some more brushes and stuff over there, a little funnel for pouring chemicals in a bottle. I got my Downstream Injectors here. This one I haven't even used yet. It came on my new machine. Another Downstream Injector. Bunch of hose repair fittings. If you don't have a Ziploc bag full of these in your trailer, you're going to get in a tight spot eventually one day, and you're going to wish you had one. Pressure gauge for checking my equipment out. I got 2 batteries up here. The small one is a starting battery from a machine in the back. The second one is a deep cycle. I use it for running my chemical pump, doing roofs, spraying houses, low pressure. I ran 10 gauge wire along the sidewall and all the way to the back. The tool belt there I use for window cleaning. I just put microfiber towels. I got one of the Unger squeegee buckets on there. The one hanging on the hook I use for pressure washing. I throw like an extra ball valve or extra set of tips. Anything specific to that job that I'm going to need. Up here on the side, this bucket right here is called F13 Gutter Grenade. You can get it from pressuretech.com. If you've ever done a house and you've gone back and walked around it and there's still black tar or maybe blackish or grayish tiger striping on the gutters, this stuff is what takes that off. What I do is I put 8 ounces in a gallon of water in a bug sprayer, spray all around the whole house, and then rinse the whole house. So I don't have any issues anymore with tiger striping on my gutters. It was kind of a hard thing to figure out when I first got started because I didn't really have anybody to show me. Everything I've learned is either through life experience or the wonderful library of YouTube. Leaf blower, gas cans, extra chemical buckets, or buckets for cleaning gutters. A little vacuum here that I use for cleaning tracks on windows when I do those. I built this ladder rack out of steel pipe at Home Depot. It turned out pretty damn good. I like it. I put a 24-foot extension ladder on top, a 10-foot A-frame, and then this one right here is one of the American Titan, but basically a little giant ladder. It opens all the way up to 17 feet, or it collapses down to just 6 feet. These poles right here, I made a couple of these. Up there on the end I can put a fire hose nozzle, hook up my garden hose down here, turn the ball valve on. I use it for rinsing gutters. Let me just get in the trailer. I made a smaller one here that I can hook my garden hose to. It's got a little 1/2-inch barb on the end of it. I made this because I got frustrated on a job. I was doing basically the leaf guard plastic gutters that have the rolled top cover on them that are never supposed to clog. Here in central Arkansas we have these things called pine needles, and they don't care what kind of gutters you have. They're going in. So I made this. I can stick this in the leading edge there of the gutters and rinse them out since my other nozzle won't fit. And also I found another use for it. If you have the black, basically the black landscaping, the corrugated drainage line that has the holes in it, if it's ever clogged up, you just stick that in the holes, flushes everything out. Got my surface cleaner right here. I just throw it in here on the side. I'm going to get some mounts and kind of put it up a little better, not have it laying on its side. I got 4 pounds of weight on the front of it with hose clamps. I'm running a Pressure Pro 3500 PSI 8 gallon a minute machine. I've got 2 tips. It's just a 2-tip model. It's a GP Hammerhead 18-inch. The tips, I believe, are 4004s. Basically what that means is it's a 40-degree spray pattern rated for 4 gallons a minute. There's 2 of them in there, so combined they're rated for roughly 8 gallons a minute. There's all kinds of charts and stuff on the internet for sizing your tips per your pressure in gallons a minute. It's not exactly going to line up with 4 meaning 4 gallons a minute, 5 meaning 5 gallons a minute. There's a little more science to it than that. But the tips that I'm running are 4004s, I believe. Let's see. Right here I got my 100-gallon chemical tank. If I'm doing a roof or a house or anything that I'm running my chemical pump with, I just mix everything up in here. Over here on the side I've got it plumbed with 1/2-inch inner diameter line that runs all the way to the back. Right here, this first ball valve you're looking at coming off my main water tank. It's a 225-gallon tank, but this first valve is a dump. It's a 1-inch dump. I put it up here so that I wouldn't accidentally hit it when I was back there. I wouldn't turn that valve. I don't want to get mixed up when I'm back there. So I just put it here because it was convenient and I wouldn't accidentally turn it. The next ball valve controls the water actually going to the back of the trailer to all my units. Over here on this side, I've got 3/4-inch line coming out of this side of the tank that feeds one of my other machines. So we'll walk around the back of the trailer. I got this stenciling done at Action Sign and Neon in Jacksonville, Arkansas. I think it was about $294 to get all 3 sides of the trailer. The back door is done too, and the back window of my truck. You go in there, those guys will hook you up. If you're in the local area, Central Arkansas, looking to get some work done, they do amazing work. But right here, Mighty M, 11 horsepower, 3,000 PSI, 3.5 gallons a minute. 3/4-inch line. I've got it plumbed with a ball valve there so I can turn it off and the water doesn't seep through my pump. Over here is my new Pride and Joy. I just got this about 3 weeks ago. I've only used it on, I think, about 4 jobs now. But Pressure Pro 3500, 8 gallons a minute. It's a Honda 690. It's a 24-horse V-twin. 6-gallon tank. I didn't hard mount the tank in the trailer. One, because I just don't like fuel tanks being hard mounted inside of a trailer. It's just a preference thing. 2, it's more convenient for me to quick disconnect it right there, walk over to the pumps and fill it up. So it's a preference thing. Here's the other pole that I made for cleaning gutters. This is a 10-foot. I've got a 20-foot extension pole from Home Depot for cleaning windows, and then I believe this is an 18-foot extension pole from Home Depot. These are about $139. I used this when I was doing 2-story houses when I first got started because I had never heard of anything called 2-story spray tips. And if you've never seen these, if you've never seen those types of tips, look them up. They're pretty, they're lifesavers. You don't have to haul this pole around just to hit the gutters and whatnot. Some specifics on how I plumbed this up. This is 1-inch line coming out of the tank. It runs through a 40 micron filter. 1-inch internal diameter polybraid hose. I've got my 3/8 inch. It came with a 3/8 inch bleed line for the unloader. It's ran back up here to the top of the tank. I've got these two valves here. The one on the left here, the little white and blue ball valve there. If I open that, it'll feed my chemicals. If I close that and open this one down here, it'll feed clean water through my roof pump so I can flush everything out. Coming over here, I'll give you guys a better look at my setup. This is a Delavan PowerFlow FB2. It's part of the Fat Boy series. I've got just the filters that they come with mounted in there with 1/2-inch polybraid line all the way through. It's a 7-gallon a minute, 60 psi model. I ran the wiring up here behind to my switch up top, and then everything is plumbed through the flow jet accumulator. I built this hose reel rack myself. I got these hose reels from Home Depot as well. I do run chemicals through these hose reels. The bottom one is, I believe, a General Pump. Yeah, General Pump hose reel. It's about 150 bucks. Got 200 feet of 3/8 line with a high pressure ball valve on the end. 100 feet of garden hose feed line that comes in through 3/4, goes to my tank. Inside my tank right there, I've got a Mighty M float valve. I think it's rated for 7 or 8 gallons a minute of input, but it keeps up with whatever this hose is receiving from the house. It doesn't slow it down at all. These hose reel racks are made for regular garden hoses. That's what they're marketed for by Home Depot. But I'll give you a little secret here. Inside the input, this is a 1/2-inch inner diameter line. I've got a 1/2-inch barb to a 3/4 inch garden hose polyethylene fitting here that feeds into the hose reel. Inside this hose reel, like all conventional garden hoses, there's a little cheap rubber washer. Alright, if you take that out and you go to Harbor Freight and get the little value pack of Viton O-rings, it's about $5. There's probably about 100 of them in there. You find the one that's the right size. If you put that in there, connect everything up, tighten it down so it doesn't leak, use thread tape sealant. These hose reels will last as long as you need them to. I've had this one going for at least, I think it's on month 7 now, and it doesn't leak. It works great. I've got 275 feet of 1/2-inch polybraid hose on there. This lance I made myself. You can make these out of whatever materials you can find at Home Depot. I've got my spray fittings down there. I zip tied them on so I wouldn't take them off and lose them. Basically, it's a 1/2-inch barb, 1/2-inch ball valve threaded on both sides. This is a 36-inch riser you can find in the sprinkler section, and it comes down here to a, I believe it's a 1/2-inch or a 3/4 inch. That's a 1/2-inch female to 3/8 female with a 3/8 union, and then a conventional 1/4 inch pressure washer tip quick connect. So you could build those at Home Depot. I think I built that one for about 20 bucks. It's just going to take you some time to run around the store and find all the different fittings that you need to find. So as far as the hose reel rack, I built this out of aluminum, angled aluminum. I just cut it up, drilled the holes, measured everything out to how I wanted it to sit. Put it all together. I mean, it works like a charm for me, for what I need. The whole point of this video is to kind of show you how I set it up. If you guys have any suggestions on things that I can change, let me know. Things that you found through experience that work better. Or if you're just looking to take something that I've done and apply it to your own trailer and make your trailer better, by all means do that. That's kind of the whole point of putting videos on YouTube. But aside from all the logic, that's my trailer. I've done pretty good with it. It's fairly new. It's about 5 months old at this point, but you take good care of your stuff, it'll take care of you. But that's about it. So, once again, I'm Russ, Modern Curb Appeal, Cabot, Arkansas. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know what you think.